right, we are testing the system, checking out. We're getting the soundtrack working, or not. Right. Seems that we're live here. Oh yeah, there's no pausing. No, we're live. We're running up something. There we go. Let's see if we can get this working. Nothing wants to work. Oh no, we're closing that program. Alright, let's see if we can get this working. Open recent, there we go. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a file here. Very simple. It's a good one. You'll like it if I can ever find it. So, welcome here to the chat. This is Inverter Your Busto. This is the Schumann Resonance Harmonics channel on Facebook, on YouTube, and it's live. People are around. You know, I'm just kind of getting organized here. So when someone comes along here and wants to chat, I'm willing to. Oh, here it is. There we go. This should be it. So, the description of what you're reading there is on the board as it were. So I'm getting everything. This is all still a new studio. And I keep putting test on everything, but it's like, you know what? It's really, the universe has blessed me with a great system. And I'm still getting used to it. From the soul, y'all. So it says excellent connection. From the soul, y'all. My monitor. So I get way music in the background. So I'm going to just keep letting this play until we get some people, because I really like this jam. And I played it on the teaser video, so I'm going to, kind of play this, enjoy some coffee, and let the music play on and on. Thank y'all for being here, and I'm going to locate the chat. I'm going to locate the chat right now. All right. Thank you all. We'll see you on the other side.
Now you got me all jacked. Put your hands up. Well, 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 well. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. I got that put your hands up. Everybody, oh, I wanna rock your body all night long. It's getting hot in the party. Got that sweat on your body. Come on, y'all, if you want to party, put your hands up. It's getting hot in the party. Got that sweat on your body. Come on, y'all, if you want to party, put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. It's getting hot. Put your hands up. Well, my mama used to say there would come one day when fools begin to open up their eyes. Yeah. Well, my mama used to say there would come one day when fools can no longer be denied. up, turn it up, turn it up. Yeah. Yeah. Let's take it back to the 90s. Let's take it back to the 90s. Back to the 90s. Let's go. Yo, it's the kind of groove that moves you. Makes you wanna get up and dance. Makes your body feel real good. So I wish somebody would mess up my groove tonight. Cause I'm trying to rock alright. Get my house on all night. So DJ beat that shit. So DJ beat that shit. Yeah, beat that shit. DJ beat that shit. Yeah, beat that shit. into my very soul.
us a favor. Explain in. I'm going to read this to us all, the 6 or ish, whatever people that are here. Please explain to us geographically where you're located and where, like, South Wales is. Can you do that? And then I will read that. I think this might be a fun experiment to try with the group. Okay, I'm pausing the music here. It's almost done, actually. This is actually virtually almost there's 4 minutes left of this whole, wow, that's great timing. Literally, there's like 4 minutes left of that jam, so it's time anyway. All right, so I have this is up from disclosurenews.com. They have a link to the space weather. So we are following up on what's going on. All right. I'm going to ask, there's a comment in the chat, so I'm going to read it from Renegade Porter Publications. All right. Hi there. I am wondering if this is the magnetic resonance. Well, it's the magnetic, basically the magnetic field line to the Earth. From the sun, we're looking at, this is a recent shot of the sun in the middle, and we're seeing the Earth here is the yellow, okay? If I'm not mistaken, this is solar wind, Enlil. All right, so this is solar outburst in like CME type of stuff. Okay, does that make sense? It's part magnetic. It's electromagnetics. That's kind of the overall thing to remember. Alright, so I'm fiddling with myself. I'm adjusting my headset, my Judy the Time Life Operator headset. Alright, let's see what I look like here. Now that I have these on, maybe I will be interesting fodder. I can get over here on my monitor. There we go, I'm out of the way. Alright, Grand Capital. And can we move those over? Alright, so I'm monitoring all this. Alright, there we go. Let's see if I can scoot myself out of here. Hello! Alright, that's good enough, yeah. We see that. Yeah, see, alright, so you see Earth is right there. The color and shape code. Alright, so Earth is this yellow ball. Then you have Mars as red. Oh, there it is, red. And then you have Mercury as orange. The Stelio here, I believe. And Mars is square, the orange square. Venus is the green circle. Mercury seems to be orange, which would be the inner guy there. All right, so this is as the sun swirls. All right, so you're seeing the magnetopause. No, this is not the magnetopause. We are not looking at that. That's a different chart. What we're looking is top down from the sun hitting us. So all of this the yellow sphere there, that includes the magnetosphere, magnetopause, like all of us, way is tiny little thing, which to us is huge. It encompasses all of way beyond us, the planet. This here, what I'm showing you, hopefully, actually, hold on, wrong one. I'm showing the wrong thing. All right, so this right here, Earth, this is better. All right, so Earth right here is, God, I'm so out of it. I was kind of doing I have two screens, two monitors, and so I was doing the motion on the wrong monitor. That's why I must look like an idiot. All right, back on track. All right, so the Earth is this right here, the yellow, okay, the yellow circle. And then you have Mars is the square yellow. That's Mars right here. And then you have uh, oh, Mars 2000. I'm sorry. What this is this is a satellite. The square thing is a satellite, and the planet itself. These are together. I'm sorry. The red sphere is Mars, and then there's a satellite. So this square thing here is stereo A. Okay, red square. Then this green square is Parker SP. Then this dark green or black, I guess, diamond is Osiris Rex. Now this orange sphere is Mercury, and then you have Venus is this um, green circle, and then the diamond is Sol. Okay, all right. So this right here, this first one on the left is top down, as you'd see it, the Earth. Like the sun is in the middle, and then it's all like a record. You're looking at the top of the record. All right, and this is the middle of it at the the hole there. All right. So this is out at the edge. This is Earth getting it kind of. The orbit around the sun is like kind of a straight line. They pulled it in a straight line, somewhat of a, if you will, if you can imagine it being straight on, head on, as if like you were directly behind the Earth, looking at it dead on, okay, in its orbit path. This one here in the middle. All right. And this top one is you're looking at the orbit again as if it's in a straight line, but you're looking at it top down. So this is side on and this is top down. And this one's top down, but a little different kind of axis on that. All right. So if everyone's following that, this is what we're looking at here in the graphic. So it's not the magnetopause. It's not what we're seeing here. Okay. This is the residence of the resonance. Yes, actually, this is here. The Schumann Resonance Harmonics channel is the residence of the resonance. There we go. Let's see if I can cut myself off again. I don't know. I have to kind of, that's what an assistant would be great for. But I keep moving the camera. I'm trying to figure out the perfect view, and, I'm just dialing this in. Every single one of these videos that I've done has looked a little better than the other because I've improved the technology, and I'm grateful to the universe for being here for me for doing this, because I couldn't have done day one of any of these videos if it was not for the help of my guides in the universe. And there was a matter of me believing, much like Mark Pyers. That's why we're similar in a lot of respects, is that we planned for this. We've been working behind the scenes for quite a long time, and it's like, we earned the spotlight. And that's, I gave you a little bit of my resume, just the tip of the iceberg of my resume of what I've done that kind of prepares me for this, doing this, broadcasting, and then more, and what I'm supposed to be doing that I'm not doing because I don't have the energy. Whatever, it's a thing. But I get people like Bradley, my biggest cheerleader, there. He's always the first one in the door, and it's like, if wasn't for people like him, and see, there's 7 of you, thank you. There's like a terrific 10 that are there pretty much every, Alex was kind of amazed about that. He was like, wow, he was sort of surprised that like every video, I tend to have, or I'm sorry, not every video, but every live stream, I tend to have a core of about 10 people when things are going. That's why I started these long introductions. That's what the music is, because it takes people a while to know that I'm, to be notified, to know that I'm live, but, frequently I get a good turnout of, if you had 10 people in a room, how many of them could you talk to? Like I said, I have some people that I like getting interaction and feedback from them, making sure, certain, I don't want to call them my chosen one, my disciples, but there's certain ones of the people who I've interacted with in my audience, my subs, that I really truly want to have. Oh, how do I say this? I don't have any favorites overall. Everyone is all the same. However, there are people who are really getting it, who've told me thank you and keep coming back, and who share, um, and aren't here to poo-poo what I'm saying, but are very receptive because I have done the research. And there's a lot of, you know, um, you see this down here? This is what we're looking at. This is the heat signature here. This is R, I don't even know R to the second and N. I don't even know what these are, but, that's what the relative scale is. All right. Ooh, yay. All right, so we're watching a sunspot activity down here. All right, this is where we are relative to the equator. If you remember Wages World, this is spot on. We're looking at it right at the equator, but this is where, generally speaking, where we are a little bit lower of the equator of the sun. All right. Soho is one of the satellites. To answer your question, renegade reporter. All right, so this is if there was sound, if there was an audio track that came with this, I would play it, but it's kind of silent, and it's kind of like, this is our sun. All right, oh, there it is. Oh, there's a video. Oh, what do we got? Still no sound, but actually, hold on. I want to make sure that we can see this. All right, there we go. That's better. And so you see in the top of it coronal holes. Okay. That is the all right. Someone had read a comment from one of the viewers, one of the subs, and they had asked me a question about solar fart. Okay, and it's a picture in picture. Can we do that? All right, that's nice. Okay, interesting. Okay, Aurora 30-minute forecast. I showed this before. I'm going to show it again. You can kind of see. I am going to see what else is on the Aaron Mix agenda. What have I not played? Oh, that one was 116. And it's actually Serato recording 3. Let's hear Serato recording 1. What we got? show you the picture that comes with this mix. Is that not the cutest thing? Yes. Joanna, nearly 5 a.m. here. Wow, yeah, it's late here. It's almost the same thing that here. It's lit. That's why I have the amp is off. I have it going through the headphones because it's late here. Yeah, where are you, Joanna? Joanne, we must be in the same time zone, I think, because it's around 5 a.m. here, getting there, 10 to 5. All right, so we're reading what it says up here. All right. And actually, I think that's what I will do. I will read this here. First I will turn down music. And I think maybe I'll pause that for kicks and giggles. Alright, so this basically says the Ovation Aurora forecast model shows the intensity and location of the aurora predicted for the time shown at the top of the map. This probability forecast is based on current solar wind conditions measured at L1, but using a fixed 30-minute delay time between L1 and Earth. A 30-minute delay corresponds to approximately 800 kilometers a second solar wind speed, as might be encountered during geomagnetic storm conditions. In reality, delay times vary from less than 30 minutes to an hour or so for average solar wind conditions. All right, so something that should be pointed out is the solar wind. You see that's very strong there. The solar wind is actually this, technically, the solar wind comes from these coronal holes, the openings. All right, this is the inside, especially the interior of the sun, is exposed. The coronal, the corona is like the exterior kind of state that has its own sort of, I don't even know how to explain it. It's sort of like the kind of picture that my guides gave me is like ash. Sort of like ash. It's not though, but sort of like ash on a log that you have. If you burn it, it creates this kind of state of ash, and that's what the corona is. It's assuming that the outer space is a vacuum, right? There's no burning of it per se. It's all contained within this sphere of its internal thermal dynamic process. All right. So the vacuum of space provides a kind of pressure on it, an interior pressure. So like that's its normal kind of, it's at rest state of the thing around it. But the sun is so active, and it's exploding. That's sort of, it's not burning, it's exploding. You have to look at that. So it's like the residue of itself that's held intact by the pressure. Okay. Yet, like you could, and the ash kind of blow it off, and that's sort of some of what happens here. Now, there wasn't a coronal mass ejection that caused that, but what happens is sometimes the action of the sun just sort of kind of the magnetic field. It's like a pool of plasma, but it's not invisible. I mean, you can see it, you know. So this material here is I don't want to call it a byproduct. I don't even know what it's called. It's, a lot of hydrogen and helium. And then somewhere down there in the sun there's heavier minerals and metals. And there's a convection current that is happening in the sun that's always churning stuff up, like the sea, if you will. It's as it goes down further into the sun. This is the hypothesis. This is what they're saying. In the middle of it, there's this, kind of heavier, dense elements that are, creating these kind of currents, magnetic currents. So I don't know. It's beyond me. This is what I understand. But again, this is beyond me. But so this is part of what the discussion here is it was asked in the questions. It was asked, what is the content of the this solar stuff here that's coming at us from CMEs. And it's like, all right, I will answer this the best I can, but it's like I need the visual guide, the visual aid. So this is part of what we're talking about is in the height of it, the amplitude part kind of comes at us with these discharges from the outer parameter of the sun. Those are like the amplitude kind of spikes. I think this is the picture I have, the best I can explain it. So you have two different, like the Earth has its AC, its upper DC and lower DC circuit. It has its AC circuit, which is what the Schumann Resonances bounce around in. Okay, I've talked about this before. This may be a review to some people, but this is a part of the circuit of the sun. And the circuit of the Earth, I'm sorry, is the upper DC circuit and the lower DC circuit of the Earth itself, and then the AC circuit of the spherical waveguide of the atmosphere, which allows the AC circuit to operate, where the Schumann resonances can move to their fixed frequencies. Okay. So at the speed of light, or a portion of it. So you got to remember that the speed of light is a constant, but so too is its spectrum, where you have, the speed of light being optical light, the assumption of optical light. And then from, because that's what we're measuring. But then there are the frequencies of like X-ray and gamma that move faster than the speed of light. If that makes sense. And I'm going to pause there to make sure that does make sense, and so that I can get a, kind of a little bit more of a refresher on the warm mud-colored liquid refreshment. So yeah, the speed of light is one of the constants, but I've shown that, Bradley. I'm sure you're one of the few people that's been around long enough to remember or have seen this, that I did the thing with Rupert Sheldrake, where he talks about the constants as measured by science, and they're changing. The speed of sound, speed of light, I'm sorry, is one of those things that it apparently changes depending on what's happening. It's a lot of it is, it's measurable, but it changes. There's a perception, And why? Why is this? I'm maintaining because the Earth itself is conscious, and it's part of the experiment. The Earth itself is part of the experiment, and it's the Earth itself helps change these constants. That's why this is exciting, because it's like, yeah, I have the data and the science here to prove what I'm saying and to help me maintain that. Yeah, part of the excitement, part of the fun of this is that, things are changing. The constant of a second is now, or the measurement of a second is based on atomic time. I think a cesium atom. The decay of a cesium atom is what determines a second, you know. And a second is the basis of our first linear dimension, which is linear time. If you've been around long enough, you'll have recognized me when I talk about the dimensions are the temporal, the time-based, the densities are the spatial, the horizontal. I'm working to give all of you, my subscribers, all of you who follow me long enough, this complete of an understanding from a lot of different perspectives of what's happening on the Schumann, what do you call it, spectrogram, the graphs, the graphs in the spectrum, and relative to what it means on the greater scheme of society, and to each of us as DNA bearing spirits, energy collections. So it's not just that you are a spirit and an emotional, spiritual, kind of etheric being. We also have the instrument, the temple of our body. That is extremely important to remember that you are not evolving and ascending out of your temple. You're not going to forsake your body or your temple. You are evolving with it. You are going to become, whether you kind of know it or not, at one with the light that connects the very spark of existence of the intelligent amino acids that make up your structure and your genetic makeup. I don't even know how to better put it. Your chromosomes, your genetic code is being upgraded by this stuff here, what you're seeing in the background. And I've been playing it, over and over in a loop a few times, but, as a background, this is a great picture. Because you can see right where the thing is, this is solar, and you see this Jamio here. Wow, over here in this limb, look at how strong that is. This is our range here. There you go. Yeah, that's pretty intense. There's activity coming. Wow. Wow, and you see that loop over there? That loop, wow. Holy crap, those lines. This is the big version here. And this is at the 193 angstrom. And you see the, let's look up here on the top. Wow, look at all that activity up there and that. Look at it swirling. It's active. Look at all these little, tiny, smaller sort of, these guys here just broiling like water, boiling. And this is all facing us right here. As you're looking at it dead on, this is facing us. So even though you can't necessarily see it against the background, you'll see it if you look at one space. The trick to this is you look at it from one kind of perspective and watch it kind of trail across. So you see this here. Blurbledy, blurbledy, blurbledy. Or, more appropriately, these ones right here, this is kind of what we're looking at here. This is, like I said, this is our latitude. But any of this is facing us. So any of this from the equator kind of down is within our, our bread, what's that word? Bread basket, I think. Our wheelhouse. Look at that. Look at this complex. And these lines that go loop-de-loop like that. You see that? See these? That's what you get, these magnetic force, lines of magnetic force. You see that kind of stretching out like that? See how these are, I'm pretty sure these are legitimate sunspots. This one, there, look at how bright those are. And you see this stuff kind of firing off there. Okay, Renegade Reporter. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate that. Alright, what else? Oh, I've talked about this before. Aurora forecast, right? We talked about that. This is how far down they're expecting the auroras to go. Well, it's not too far south, I guess. Alright, I'm not looking at those. Pills. Alright, what else we got? Woo, we're going for a ride. Alright, scoot up back at the top. Okay, that was fun. Alright. Alrighty. What do we got going on here? I think we, Alright. Let's go back to our... that's not helpful at all. Alright, we're moving back here. Alright. Alright, so I'm just going through the Disclosure News website, because they have a lot of good stuff, and I don't mind showing they have the Schumann graph. We use it all the time. A lot of people don't know with the these guys, it also comes with, sometimes, there it is. And there's also this information here, and it's important to see this, the max frequency. All right, it's the max frequency. This is our minimum frequency. All right, quality, this is our magnetics. Amplitude, this is our the power of the amplitude is this what we've been talking about, or supposed to be talking about, is the electron volt. Okay, this is voltage. Amplitude is the height. Okay. So this, the power of the quality, all right, they're talking about the quality of Q1, actually. Let me show you here, quality of Q1. Quality is the magnetics. Okay, Q1. Oh, there we go. Q1 is 7. All right, let me show you something. We're supposed to be talking about amplitude, and we are, but let me show you something here. All right, let me get myself out of the way. All right, so one of the things that we're looking at... Oh, hi, Julie David. Looks like liquid gold. All right, so one of the things that we're looking at here, they give the power of the quality power of just this, whereas they report the amplitude is, they report the amplitude on all of these. All right, so relatively speaking, the amplitude is not much today. Last couple of days, it's not much. Okay. You have 20, then 17, 9.2, then 10, 10. All right, that magic 10, 10. All right. I see it's capped off, though. That's interesting. However, the big activity on the chart, to say the power is 7, magnetic, the quality power is 7, as we saw here. Is that we? Yes, we are. We are here, 7. All right, so see what they're doing to you? They're giving you a little bit of a kind of okie dokie here. The amplitude is not yet. Those numbers are correct. That's right. The amplitude, that's amplitude 1. This is amplitude 2. This is amplitude 3. This is amplitude 4. Okay. You see that. All right. Those are the amplitude numbers. They're laid out for you. Right? We agree with that. 10, 10. I think they need to put the decimal there. 10, 10. And see, they have different peak times, though. You notice that? Ding, ding. These all match up, but this is the one that's lowest to the ground, closest to the ground. These are bouncing, literally bouncing off the ground. And so you see how these match up. All right. A4 and Q4. All right, that's just a little observation. That's a true observation. All right. So, and another thing is this flat line here. That's like when I see a flat line or hear the word flat line, read it, this is what I think of with the Schumann resonance here, is this flat line here. All right. And it doesn't do that often, but I have pointed that out in the chat that line did that, flat line, and then this is, while this peaks up here. Okay. So this is interesting. The patterns are interesting. This is how you get these very interesting patterns. Is that this all was a synchronous, synchronous mode. What the heck is the word? Syncratic mode. I'm tired. It's late for me. All right. I guess really early. Anyway, and so nothing there. All right. So I have officially lost track of where I was, but you see the big numbers here. This is not, you to say that 7 in the mode, 7. This is picoteslas. To say that this is representative of all of the rest of the quality is kind of misleading, because this is a high number for Q2. This is a high number, 47 here. This is a high number, an exceptionally high number. It's been higher. It was like 78, like a few days ago. Like, I don't know, 6 days ago, maybe a week ago. It was crazy, 78. It's double what that is, almost. So, and again, the green one, these ones here are the biggest. This is the biggest. That's the second biggest, third biggest, and fourth biggest. Our measure is 1. This is 3. This is 2. This is 1 quarter. Right? This is 3/4. This is half. And when we talk about the modes and measuring and how the modes fit into this and how you're getting these interesting patterns, is you have to look at the size. Like, I gave the analogy of picturing these different modes as musical instruments. And I think if you can kind of picture that as like, this is white one is like a violin, and then this is a viola, and then this is a cello, and then this is a bass, a standing bass, you start getting a good picture, a good analogy of how to read the modes. And that's what the colors are. It's not just magic. It's not just someone's taking painting and abstract art. It kind of is, but it's not. You have to read the technical schematics, I guess, to know how the building is put together. I think that's a good analogy. And so when people say, even Wages, I love him, or whatever, but anyone that says that the Schumann resonances are rising, like, no, it's not rising, because these are stable. They're fixed frequencies. density is fixed frequencies. It's a gravity. That's why it's important to understand these horizontals are a form of gravity holding you intact at these lowest frequencies. Yet, this is an attractor for high frequency because, look, these high freaking numbers here. That's how you're getting it. Bradley, are you listening to me? Are you still here? Is anyone awake? Are you getting this? That's how these numbers you're getting. These are your harmonics. These are the horizontals. H for H. This is A. This is action. This is behavior. Okay? Look at this good behavior here. The magnetics are what bounce around the world. So somewhere in your quadrant, you would have had to have kept these high vibrations vibrating up like a mother effer. Okay? This is what keeps the vibrations high because this is a frequency. This is an amplitude. This is short spikes. This ain't jack doohickey or doodle squat. Look at how tall look at how short these waves are. It's nothing. Yet, bang, 41. Look at that, 4 to 41. This is the yellow, all right? This is what colors you're getting in here. The oranges. You're getting this and this are orange, if you will. Your color, your color theory shows you in here how we're getting this, right? This doesn't show up here so much, right? There's not really much going on there, but here there's a little bit going on there, ding, 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 all that in there, and you have a amplitude. You gotta remember, the amplitude comes from the top down. So the high frequency here, it's getting the amplitude first. So these harmonics have been stacking up. That's what these are. They're stacking up into, how do we put this? It's like sort of like the waves are doing demolition derby. Light takes 8 seconds to get around the globe. 1/8 of a second to get around the globe. So its frequency is 8 hertz, 8 cycles in 1 second. Okay. So that's the fundamental. That's our first fundamental. Is the 8 seconds, which is the speed of light. But remember, this light is moving from the top down. So, all right. So as the waves go around the planet and they meet up with themselves, they keep kind of tumbling into themselves, beating each other up, and they create smaller waves, smaller wavelengths, higher frequencies that move upward. It's like what you're seeing is there's so many different ways I've given as an analogy to explain this, and I'm not sure if it makes more sense or less sense to anyone. But I keep trying. People encourage me. I encourage you. Go back, listen to some of the stuff, and you'll get it. And I'm trying to work with people so that you all get this, and I'm giving pictures and analogies, not just words that are there with the not just empty text, but pictures in your head. I give examples of like strings on a guitar or a piano. That's what these are here. Okay, that's one way to think about it, that they're tuned to, that these aren't going, it's like I said, strings that are taut and tight, that have what they call a strange attractor, if you will. Okay, and that each one of these 6.6 lines, 6.6 hertz lines, is another string. You can think of it like music in that way, and each one of these has its own series of notes that it comes in like octaves, if you will. All right. So, as this is representing not just higher resonant frequencies, fixed frequencies I call them, and harmonics, but we're also talking about what the heck do we call it? We're also talking about stratification in the atmosphere. And so the higher resonant frequencies also move up higher in the atmosphere. And so the incoming amplitude strikes are going to be hitting the higher resonances first. And so if there's already a place set up where it's able to resonate at these higher frequencies, the amplitude is going to light it up because it comes in from the top down. All right, so that was all seemingly a mouthful and a tongue twister. Yeah, generally speaking, that you can tell it's the harmonics, the horizontals are what travel around the world. Okay, that's basically in our theory here, in our working model. This is what we have is that those harmonics move out away from you, okay, and not up from the top down, but they move outwards, like from your heart to another heart. Like that's kind of the picture you have of I'm trying to give you a working model of the magnetics. And that 33.3 magic hertz number is somewhere around the throat chakra, somewhere around the throat center for your energy. Does that make sense? All right, and I'm going to allow that to make sense by turning up. So now is a good time just to have a smoke break, and I will be back in about 5 minutes.
Give thanks to those before bringing back the sounds of a heartbeat.
where you going?